There's no way anybody will show up to watch old me. Dang it, Spear, you ruined the immersion. Much more do I have? Dear Lord, 17,000. I'm not really worried about the esports thing because it ain't nothing I want to do. I know somebody yesterday, I think, was asking me whether or not I was going to watch the stream for a new vehicle or whatever. And it's like, you know, if they're not going to add these vehicles into the game stock, then I'm not worried about it. Because I think that's pathetically stupid that they're doing it that way. I think that is honestly just... like, if they were going to add it eventually to the game, it would be different. But if they're not, there's no need for me to worry about it. Yeah. As I said, I'm not worried about it. Because one, I don't have a Twitch account. Secondly, I wouldn't even know where to begin to try and get the thing. And thirdly, it's just not worth it in my opinion. It's not worth the aggravation. It's not worth the anything really. I mean, I could easily download Twitch on my phone or whatever, but again, I'm not doing it. Not for some vehicles that honestly I don't really need anyway. I have enough vehicles right now as I stand that I don't need anymore. I'm up to like over 1,000 vehicles in the game, so. Now, if there ever comes a day where I get all the vehicles and the only thing left is the rare vehicles, yeah, sure, I'll get that desperate, but like, until then, I'm not worried about it. Like, I mean, there are vehicles that I'd love to have. The Russian M3 Lee, I'd like to have the Russian Panther. The one that's actually two Panthers in one. Where did that shell go? Alright, well, reload. Gee, thanks, dude. You really helped me out. Now he's aiming over here. So I have no chance of killing him. I'm not in a VC right now anyway, so it's not a big deal. That one guy is gonna sit there. He's gonna stay there. He's not gonna move. Oh, is he hiding? Oh, he is hiding. Look at him. Guess I just gotta pray that he doesn't get murdered. Alright, so he's... Oh well, your cannon barrel's out, dude. What you gonna do without that? You just gonna sit there? Oh, he's gonna machine gun me to death. Alright, well, that works, I guess. And the Yak 9K shows up, of course. Can't say I didn't expect that one to happen, because that would be a lie. You're talking about that there's no guarantee that those vehicles will ever come back again. Oh well, no big deal for me. Oh well. It really doesn't matter to me too much, because, like, you know, I'm not really... Like, War Thunder's fun and all, but... You know, if I'm gonna get rare vehicles, I'll get them out of, like, the crates or something like that. Like, I won't worry about it. Oh well, I was hopeful. Oh shoot, this ain't good. Those should be hitting him and they're not. Hello, boys. I'm getting very annoyed because my shells... I'll take it. I'm sorry, did you just fire at me? I guess he must have killed the, I'm not gonna be able to get my barrel down enough. The two vehicles that they're dropping in the Twitch stream or whatever. I have an idea. If I'm being honest, I'm not worried about them at all. Alright, well, since he's going to be a coward and not poke up, I'll just sit here and reload. And not only that, if they're popular enough, I'm sure they'll add them to the thing anyway, so I'm not, as I said, I'm not worried. Yeah, see, that's going to be the kicker for a lot of people. Like, who's going to be in their right mind to watch a stream for 9 hours just for a vehicle? I'm getting sick of those shells. I really am. They should be hitting. I don't know where that dude went, but he disappeared on me. Oh well. I guess I better charge him. Otherwise, he's not coming out. The E100's pretty rare. I love how he actually thinks that's the last vehicle I had. And y'all are talking about, like, you can't get them or whatever. The thing is that it's not that you can't get them, it's just that it's basically impossible to get them out of chests and stuff. Like, I mean, every vehicle's impossible to get out of chests. Alright, see ya, Potato. Have a good one, bud. So I'm sure they'll eventually have them in a chest anyway, so it's not like I'm gonna make a big deal out of getting it. I'll take an enemy kill assist. Oh, cool. Alright, cool. And you know, if somebody wants to wait for 9 hours to get a vehicle, you go right on ahead. I'm not that stupid, personally. But, I don't see where it's worth it. Like, they'll drop another vehicle that they say is really rare, and they'll make you watch a stream for 9 hours so they can make money off of the views that they get off of it. You know, Chris, I might eventually be able to invite you as soon as everybody decides to stop doing that. But, Big Nuts, can we not talk about the two deers having intercourse again? Please. Like, you need to let it go. It happened. Get over it. Yes, this idiot was filming a male and female deer, and then they'd all of a sudden decided to get it on, and he decided to come into the stream and just start talking about it constantly, and now it's like something that he's going to think that he's going to come in here and talk about constantly too. Hello, L3. I don't think he was filming just that, Chris. The way he told it, like he was just filming the deer and then they started that and he just kept recording. Personally, I don't really see the big deal because it's just the natural way of things happening, you know. But, you know, I don't see a big deal about it, but that's just me. It happens. There's no need to freak out about it, you know. Oh, hi. You get to detonate now. Hey, Chris, what was down that alleyway? All I see is your face in the kill cam. I'm not sure I want to go down this road anymore. I better not do that because my shells will be exposed. Alright, well that one is one I actually don't want to run into. I heard an IS-2 was over there. He wants to say hello. Alright, well, I'm dead. I'm gonna run now. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you appropriately use smoke. So, Chris, don't come around that corner or kill the IA. That's great. Help, please. I tried to kill him, but my shell kind of didn't do anything, so... Yeah, him I don't know how to kill. Unless it detonates above him and it kills him, which that is always a possibility. I could get it to do that if I shot it close enough. I just have to figure out how to get it to actually, like, detonate for it to work. Now I get to sit here and wait for the shell to reload, so... Halfway loaded. Chris, how many M18s do you have? Never mind. That didn't work out. I kind of just sat there and looked. It was so pretty. Then I detonated. They're gonna sit on this road, I get the feeling. Yep, and I didn't even get to back up before I got exploded on that one. I love the realism of this game sometimes, because that was not exposed whatsoever. Alright, let me see if I can flank around him, maybe. If I was fast enough, I could get over there, but I don't know if I'm fast enough or not. Plus, there's that other one over there, too, so I'm not risking that. Alright, if I can get across... Nope, that's a tiger. That's... No, Alright, well, I'll take that and scout it. You've got to be kidding me. Did I just get shot in the back? What happened? I'm over here driving, and the next thing I know, my freaking engine's gone. Oh, that thing. Hey, shoot that down. That's a scary vehicle. They've got this street locked down. And apparently they've got that street locked down too. We might be in danger. Thank you. Alright, watch out. I gotta reverse and go. Alright, watch this. Watch me detonate. I'm alive. Alright, I'm gonna try to get to the street where he's at. If you can cover me, that'd be great. Where do you think you're going? You're not going anywhere. Scouted another vehicle. Chris, I think... Well, no, that wasn't Chris. Excuse me. Somebody who was beside me. I think that shell was meant for me, maybe? I don't know. Yep, that's an IS-2. That's not what I want to run into on a happy day, so we're going to go this way. No, that's even worse. Okay, well, that works, I guess. They got him. Would you, like, not park in my way, please? Thank you. I'd like to kill something. I don't care if I die, I just want to kill things. Wait, where did he go? I bet he's on this corner. Nope. He's on one of these corners. Aha, I have found him. And I've lost my gunner. That's nice. No, please. I'm just a child. Please no. Please no. Please have mercy. Okay, I deserve that. I love the fact there was a Kugel Blitz, by the way. That's always entertaining. You know, for some reason I feel slow. All three of us spawned in at the exact same time, and I'm already left in the dust by both of them. I kind of feel slow. Alright, I'm gonna drop some bombs there. Alright, here. Bombs away. I don't think they're hit, but I'm gonna drop them anyway. Get them out of the way. Nope, they moved. Oh, that one's dead. That one at least is dead. Alright, cool. I got one of them. I have to put the flaps down before I can actually land this beast. So I kept one of them from at least killing more people. Chris, do I get a medal? Or do I just get to die? Is that's what I get? I killed the open top vehicle with a bomb. I feel like a mass murderer with that. Hey, look, they brought out the that thing. I feel like they're very upset at us, Chris. Just, you know, a observation, they might be upset at us.
Yeah, he's getting closer to victory.
This is not a large runway. I'll try and get back in the air as soon as I can, Chris, but this thing ain't exactly fast at accelerating or anything. So... And just think, after this thing I have a twin-engine version of it, so that's not going to be any more powerful. I'm choosing to ignore that comment because I'm not an idiot. And I also know the consequences that come with landing without a landing gear. Chris, I don't think we're going to win this one. I think we're going to lose this one. They had it too locked down on that street for us to do anything. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. And Chris is not. That's lovely. Hello. Did you put... Hold on. Is your new name Anana Mousy now? Is that what that says? I remember it saying Anana Mouse, not Anana Mousy. Maybe I've just been reading it wrong this whole time. I don't know. Well, life is life. If I let it get me down, it'll kill me, so... Sometimes you just gotta learn to go with the flow, I guess. Friends will come, friends will go, and it turned out to be a misunderstanding anyway, but yeah, the whole point is friends will come, friends will go. I'm getting the feeling that I'm gonna end up letting go of one of my friends soon anyway. It's not one of you, it's a real life friend. Because they're making it very obvious that they really don't want to hang out with me, so there's no need to have them around. But the bad thing is, in order for that to work out, I have to get rid of the other friend, because that friend has been friends with that friend for longer than he has with me. So most likely, if I stop being friends with one, I have to stop being friends with the other, so that means I get to be all alone again, so yay. Loneliness. Come in or go out, you stupid dog. At least one of you figured that out. I hear ASU. It's a baby. The baby has shot something. I should shoot at it too. I don't see it to shoot at it. Hey, you do know you have scouting capabilities, little one, right? You know, I'm just going to let him deal with that, and I'm going to go over here and sit in a corner. Whammy kablam. That other tiger's like, yep, I'm not going that way. Can we call this thing the Tiger Killer, please? That makes 3. I don't see any more, which is a good thing, so we're just gonna back up and chill and pray that they don't bring anything that's gonna detonate me. Which would consist of anything with a 77 or an 88, so yeah. Or excuse me, a 75 or an 88, excuse me. Or anything with a 40, a 45, a 50, a 55, a 60 mil, that would be an interesting, and the little one's dead. Alright, well. I guess crap happens, question mark. There's a tank destroyer there. I'm not going to worry about him. But my friend was marking him, and he took care of him. I never really understand why it is people mark things if they're going to take care of it. Like, I kind of understand, like, Bo does it a lot, but, like, there's a lot of times where Bo's not sure he can kill it. So it's like a mark for, like, hey, you know, there's a vehicle over here. If I die to it, that's where it was at. You don't get points for throwing that down. If I did, I'd just spam it. Oh look, something Russian. I slapped him and it did nothing. I'm going to retreat now. Goodbye. I now regret life. Where did he go? How do you... I might have just lost... And I think that's an IS-122 for a second, and I panicked. Because I'm now sitting on a corner hoping that he doesn't see me, and hoping that the other IS with the 122 doesn't see me as well, so that's nice. I see him. I want the heavy tank. That's what I am, the heavy tank killer. Okay, let's just rotate. I bonked him again. He's gonna get so aggravated. He's gonna be like, who the flip is shooting at me? This thing would do great with scouting. Yeah, he's now trying to figure out where the shots are coming from. So I think I'll just chill here for a little bit. I'll mark it on the map for the team, I guess, because I don't really know what else I can do. This thing's engine is way too loud to try and do anything with. Okay, so they killed him, so he's no longer an issue. We can move. Also, I'm down to 9 shells. There's a Nash horn. Fancy vehicle. Not really, it's not really that fancy, but yeah. Also, you want to know, like, the Achilles heel to any German tank? Massive HE shell to the face. It does wonders. What? No! Where are you at? I have found him. The only issue is my machine gun no longer works, so deploy smoke. Please help me. Everything is broken. Everything is cool when I'm part of a team. Now please help me, please. For the love of everything holy, fix my crap. Don't run away! No, T-34, what are you doing? He's gonna die. Oh my lord, he's back there. Dude, it would be like a blessing if you would fix my crap for me. I didn't even see the Nash horn. Like, I thought I was getting the advantage, and I keep forgetting that they like to use the houses. Thank you. I will push up so you have a shot. Come on. Because he's going to shoot at me first. He's behind the house now. Act all dumb and stupid, like I don't know what I'm doing, yada 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 yada. La 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 la. You go one way on the house, I'll go the other way, and he detonates. Alright, that works. Yeah, he left. He knew. He knew what was happening. Or he knew what was coming. He saw two of us. He didn't see a way out. Which, honestly, I don't understand why he didn't see a way out of that. Because I'm down to 2 crewmen. So he could easily kill me. And if he ran around the house... Well, that thing doesn't move very fast. So I don't know why I'm talking about running around the house. Yeah, okay. Oh, look, I see a tank. It's my calling. I'm a tank hunter. Oh, I wanted to kill it. Oh, look. Oh, well, never mind. Alright, well, I'm now climbing up a hill. I don't know why I'm doing all this, because we've won at this point. And I'm what the? No, and I died to the Fong Kong. Of all the things I could have died to, it had to be Fong Kongy. Alright, well. I gotta level this thing up somehow, so. I just watched the BTR when I spun in just drop. This suspension must really work. Why'd I hear an airplane? Airplanes are scary. Oh, now the guy brings out a VK. That's smart, yeah. Like, dude, you've lost at this point. Why are you even here? I mean, I think I did pretty good. I stayed in one vehicle the entire match, so... Except for, like, the little bit left, or less. I could have just honestly just sat and did nothing. Scouting vehicles in an M109 would be awesome. The happy ending? Sir, I detonated. There was no happy ending. You know what sucks? I have to be at level 51 before I can get this. Which I do want, by the way. I'm honestly thinking about spending a few of my Golden Eagles next week to get them, or get it. Because, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If by the time, well, no, actually by the time that happens, I'll probably be down by 1. So it'll be 6. So 6 times 125 is what? I need to pull up my calculator. My brain's not working. $750. I can spare 750 Golden Eagles. I mean, that's not that bad. And I can get that new vessel, and that'll be a new vessel for Italy. And honestly, I can deal without everything else. Like, I just want the new ship because I love the way it looks. I mean, the anti-air quality probably sucks on it, but, you know, this will make my second vessel that I've obtained now through stuff. I'm actually like, you know, we were talking about with Spear earlier, the rare vehicles and stuff. These vehicles here that you get out of the battle passes are some rare vehicles too, because you rarely run into them after you get like you gotta beg and pray that you can get them out of a freaking thing. This is probably the only reason I'll get this, and it's because of the fact that I might end up spending the next, not this one, but the next one on trying to get that airplane because of the bombs that it can put out. And it's at 6.0, which means that it would be a perfect vehicle for it. I mean, look at that. A 500, which is what I drop out of my bomber. I got 2 of those. And it gets the 250s, which is awesome. Or if I want to haul something a little bit more potent, I guess, you can haul a 250 and 2 100s, which means you'd still have something really good to use. Or I could haul this armor-piercing bomb, or 2 of the armor-piercing bombs and a 250. So, you know, this thing has a lot of options. It looks like it's very much designed off the BF-109. Whether some people want to say that it is or not, I don't care. I think it is, and that's all that matters. And then, of course, you get a buttload of war bonds all the way. Like, I think, honestly, like, the last thing that you can actually obtain that's actually usable, what is that? Upgrade for... Huh. Okay. Like, honestly, I wouldn't mind having that. I love that. I love that thing. I love the way that looks, like the B-17s with them attacking. I wonder if that's actually true. I wonder how accurate that is with the B-17s getting attacked. But anyway, does anyone want to participate in a thing that we hear at Southern Wolf Gaming call a custom? Please say no, please say no, please say no, please say no. I ain't saying nothing. Also, we're going to 6.7, so I only have like... Which France only has 2 vehicles that I need to research now, since I did the dum-dum and decided it was a good idea to go directly into whatever. But luckily for me, I still have this. I have, coincidentally, I want to point something out. So I was able to actually spade this thing out. Everybody hates it, but I was able to spade it out. But these 2 I didn't, so that'll be the first 2 things that I work on spading out once we get to that point. And then we go into 1.3, the only thing I have is the AA gun to spade, and then it looks like we go directly into 2.3. I have 3 vehicles to spade there. And then immediately to 3.0, then 3.3, then 3.7, then 4.0, as you can see there, then 4.3, voice crack, then 5.0, then 5.3, which we have 2 of those. They used to be, I don't know, I'm an idiot. That might have been a BR change, I don't know. Then 5.7, which consists of 2 vehicles, then we go into 6.0, and then from there on. But the way that this works, for those of you who are wondering, I'm grinding out all the way to get all the 6.7 vehicles, and then, so in other words, for France, it'll be 1 vehicle, 2 vehicles if we include the AMX-10, and then we move on to the next nation, which consists of this. Now, obviously, as you can see, I have 4 vehicles that I have to get for Sweden. Now, after I do that, I've kind of decided that I'm going to kind of take a break from grinding out that stuff and I'm gonna work on this now. Before anyone starts at me, I've kind of decided that what I'm gonna do with the German tech tree is I'm gonna work on getting this, and then once I get it, since it'll be a jet, we're gonna move on. Oh God. And then I gotta come over here to Russia, grind out their aviation, because I have what? Eight more aviation vehicles I have to get for them. And then of course we'll go into getting the Yak-15, which is this thing, by the way. Honestly, like, I like the Yak-15s and all, but I think their modification with the Yak-17 looks a little bit better. I just like the way that they designed the landing gear on it a little bit more. And the external fuel tanks, of course, I think are a really cool add-on. There's like nothing but fuel in this vehicle. If I get hit, I'm dead. Where are we putting the fuel, comrade? Everywhere. But sir, I want it everywhere. But sir, everywhere, I said, you dumb. Put fuel tank on top of engine. This make very good. Yes. And then we all know what the SU-9 looks like, so not really a big deal there. You know, I was talking to some of the guys, and we were talking about how the SU-9 is virtually Russia taking the engines off of an Me-262 and then mounting them onto their own, like, plane. I'm alive, I guess, is the best thing I can say. But that's basically what this thing is like they designed their own, quote unquote, their own plane, and then they mounted German engines on it, which is basically what the Yak-15 and Yak-17 is too. So, you know, that's not nothing special. But I've always found it interesting that, you know, Russia likes to think that they did something and then they didn't do nothing, but whatever. Also, what was I doing the other day? What do you want? What do you want, peasant? I'm sorry, peasant seems a little mean. I'd like to apologize. Hey, I got my first nuke the other day, too. Not really. Did you do like I did? Like you got the nuke, and then you went to go and drop it, and the match ended? Because that's what happened to me. Like, I got the nuke playing... Now, this is what really tickled me pink. I got the nuke, like, flew it all the way to the battlefield to drop the thing, and then the match ended. So needless to say, I was not very happy. But I was upset. No, like mine, like that's the crazy part. All right, so mine was, I got the nuke and I had enough time. I got it in the air and I got it right there at the battlefield. But when I got to the battlefield, the match ended and it wouldn't let you drop it. I honestly think the way they should set that up is when you get your nuke, it should pause the timer, the bleed for your for the game. And if your nuke gets shot down, then the timer goes back. But if you don't and you drop it, then, you know, you've won at that point. Oh my god, they spawned in PT boats. They all spawned in PT boats. I'm seeing some weird things going on over there. That's how I was when I got mine. Like, I was just, like, I didn't care that I got to drop it or anything. I was just happy that, I was just happy that I got to, I was just happy that I got it, you know? It's just one of those things where it's like, yes! And then you think about it and you're like, oh, man. I could have dropped it, man. You know, I was gonna ask a few of the guys if they wanted to hang out and us do like a really cool naval thing, but nobody's here, so I was gonna do ships versus ships again. I was enjoying that the other day. But I'm probably gonna get off here in a little bit because I'm probably gonna go to town and get me something to eat. I don't know. I'm gonna get breakfast. I don't get breakfast very often, so I've actually genuinely enjoyed playing ships. It's more fun. I'll put it this way. I hate doing regular matches, but it is so much more fun when you play with just some guys that you know. Because, like, you can joke around, you can do stupid stuff. They'll bring out, like, airplanes. They'll bring out ships that you can kill, especially when you're in my position. It's a danger when Haku plays with us, though, because he's got, like, battleships and stuff. So it just becomes one of those things where it's like, oh no, Haku's here, run for your life. Me and Chris, the other day, we were playing Germany in Naval, and it was me and Chris versus Haku. Me and Chris brought out the K2s, like the coastal defense ships or whatever, the things that go at like 18 miles an hour or whatever. Haku comes around the corner with this massive freaking cruiser, and me and Chris start lighting him up, and somehow we managed to kill Haku with it. Like, and it was a big British cruiser too, so it was like really, really crazy. It was funny, but Chris ended up sinking, so it was sad at the same time. He wasn't pissed. I think he was more surprised that we managed to murder him. What the? Oh. I have a few big cruisers for America. And that's what I keep telling the guys is that I'm trying to get. So I'll kind of hold on. Let me explain to you guys what I'm doing. So Haku mentioned that that he wanted to see me mess a lot more with naval, right? So I was like, okay, cool, I can make that happen. So I went in to every nation, and I started using my Golden Eagles that I get every week to get new naval vessels. So I'll put it this way, all right, the French, I had all of these guys, I think, or at least the reserves and like the premiums. The Italians, I think I had like this, and that was it. In probably about 2 or 3 weeks, I've managed to take. All right, so for reference, all right, this is for reference. This is what my American tech tree looks like for naval. That's a lot. German tech tree, kind of the same way. This is now what my Russian tech tree looks like. This is what my British tech tree looks like. My Japanese tech tree. The Chinese don't get one. The Italian tech tree. And the French tech tree. Now, the best thing that I'm noticing about a lot of this stuff is if you actually look, this is how much it's costing me to get a 5.0 vehicle for naval. But if I go to, let's see, what's a nation that I don't have 5.0 in? I have 5.0 in everything. Damn it. Let me see. All right. Yeah, I have 5.0 in everything now, so I can't really do a good thing. Hold on, let me see if I can find. Let me just go over to one of the nations where I have. All right, so I'll do a comparison here. Hold on. All right, so I have all the 6.7s, so I can't do that one. I'll do this one. All right, so if I do this one, 3,223. All right, so that's for a 6.7 vehicle there, right? All right, so I have all the 6.7s here. But just look at like this. Wait, what? Never mind, that's a bad comparison considering I'm researching into that. Hold on. Nope, hold on. I'll find one. There we go. See, like, look at how much it costs to get this stuff, and then we go over to the Blue Water Fleet. This is how much it costs to get this. Now, obviously, it is a higher BR and everything, but when you really, really think about it, like, you are not spending as much as you would on, because the higher you go in BR, the more expensive things get. So naval gets more expensive quicker, and that was one of the things that I hated about it. So like 5.3 here, all right, 700. If I remember correctly, 5.3 for America was like 1,000 for their stuff. So it's like, you know, one of those crazy, crazy things. But yeah, I have like 3 vehicles that I have to still get before I can move on to the next thing. I'm going to calculate up. All right, so I already figured out that I need 750, so 10. All right, so let's see how many ships I can get. All right, so that's 1, right? And this is not even including what I probably have to get with Golden Eagles or Silver Lions in order to do this, because I am buying another thing for Silver Lions most likely. Or I might just do a day where I just buy like a boatload of ships. All right, now hang in there with me for a second, because this is, I'm going to, like, all these vessels that I'm looking at and showing you guys are how much I can get. So far, I'm planning on researching through the Battle Pass to get this vessel, which is going to cost me 750, which is about how much I'd pay for a 5.0. So kind of funny there, I guess. All right, and then if we go all the way back to Russia, which is the next nation that we're going to, because I believe we're down to, what, rank 4? Yeah, we're down to rank 4, so I'll have to start with Germany again and get their vessels, 2 of them. And I got to get these 2 for America, so I'd have to start with America first. So, all right. And we'll just go on ahead and subtract 3,000, because that's how much it costs to get that. So I'll have, with everything that I've gotten so far, I still have 4,000 Golden Eagles to do things with, by the way. All right, so, and this is where it starts getting expensive, and that's why I hated it so much. So I now have 250, 2,599 golden eagles if I get those two vessels right there. That's like how much it costs. So now we get this one, and that's only 334. So that's that much. Then we research this one. Hey, you're gonna love me when I get the USS Texas. All right, so I now have 1,044 golden eagles left to do what I have to do. So I can only get one vessel for Russia, which sucks, but and then I'll have 310 golden eagles left. So I'll go over here obviously and get this, and then the 10 will probably go for this most likely, or I'll put it towards research towards something else. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So in essence, I'm getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 with the 2 French things, and then 9 with this thing. So 9 vessels. 9 vessels isn't that bad, I think. Yes, I do buy my Silver Lions, because if I don't, I won't have enough to do anything with. I have to, unfortunately. And then the bad thing is, every week I try and get like a million or whatever. But hey, at least I'll have that. So then the only 4 things I'll have left to get are these, and I don't know how much this is going to cost me to do, because, yeah. But I get the feeling it'll jump up in price once I get down to these guys. So, but yeah, I think the one I'm looking forward to getting the most, and by the way, for those of you wondering, I'm getting the Pittsburgh first. I need a good cruiser, and I'm also getting the Roanoke, I believe is what they call this. I'm getting it first before I get probably the Oregon City. I'll probably get Oregon City next. And then I'll get the USS Texas. I've been promising somebody that I would get the USS Texas for a long time, and I just haven't done it yet. So it's getting closer and closer. So I'm I'm looking forward to it. I think the Wyoming, though, is probably going to be the one that I look forward to the most. And then we go into what is this? That's rank 5. So then we go into this area. Now, this is probably what I'm looking forward to getting the most, because I'm pretty sure I can get, I think they still have it. No, they don't have the special one. I can probably get this one. This will probably be the one I get for it. But I'm actually looking forward to getting down to rank 6. Yes, there is a USS Iowa. The Alaska looks cool, though. I don't know about anybody else, but does the Alaska look like a smaller version of like the Iowa class to anyone else? Like, it has 12-inch guns, which the Iowa carries 16-inchers. But like, look at it and tell me this thing don't look like a smaller version of the Iowa class. And it's a cruiser, by the way. It's not even a battleship, it's a cruiser. Which is awesome, I think. The Colorado. Or as other people call it, the Colorado. I don't know why they call it that way, but it's Colorado. Anyway, we're not getting in that argument. Tennessee, I'm quite looking forward to that one. And the USS Iowa. The Beast. And they haven't added anything else yet, so yeah, there's that. But yeah, this is the Maryland, which oddly enough people actually bought when it first came out. I don't know why. I'll tell you the one I want, though. If I had to choose the vessel that I wanted, I'd choose the Arkansas right here. I love the Arkansas. The Helena's nice too, though. I love the Helena. But then we go into Germany, and once I get the Admiral Hipper, I have the ability to get this thing now, which is nice. But as I said, I'm not getting anything until I get the things that I need. Westfalen. Ooh, this actually looks... Wait, hold on a minute. Westfalen. No, the West has not fallen, sir. That would be the Yamato. I believe that the Yamato still holds the record for the ship to carry the biggest guns ever. I believe. The Helgoland. The Kaiser. Now, for me, I think I look forward to getting the Der Flinger the most, because when I had it in World of Warships, I think it was light. Give me a second. The U.S. ship with the biggest guns, as far as I'm aware, is the USS Iowa with the 16-inchers. The Koenig. Yeah, you want a gun? You want a full gun broadside? Bring out the Koenig. I'll tell you guys now, though. I can't wait to get into the German stuff, because their stuff is oddly entertaining. To play. But I'll tell you guys the one that I'm looking forward to the most for that tier, and it's the Scharnhorst. I can't wait to get this thing and just do a full gun broadside on somebody. Not really liking any of these colors, though. Wish they'd go back to the way they had it. But the Bismarck will always hold a special place in my heart. And then once we get done with those, which I'm not doing it the way that I'm showing that I'm doing it, I'm going by BR. The Russians are probably going to be the one that I'm probably not looking as forward to, because their ships are so weird in design that it's just odd to look at them. All of their battleships followed the same design, which is like gun in the back, gun in the front, 2 guns in the middle, which is really weird. And this is like World War I designs, I think. And then the bad thing is, this vessel here, it's not even Russian. It's an Italian vessel that the Russians got, and I guess they just started using it. So that's funny to me. And then you get this thing. Now, this one, coincidentally, is a British vessel that the Russians got. I'm assuming they got Lend-Leased or something. And then the last, but certainly not least, I like to call this thing the Russian version of the Iowa, because, yeah. And then we go to Britain. Britain has their own little thing going on over here. The HMNZS Linder. For those of you who are wondering, Her Majesty's... I don't know what NZS. I know the ship. The Roa. No, it would be the Riowa. Raggy. Matter of fact, I can probably show... Okay, so this was the vessel that Haku had when me and Chris killed him in the K2s. This was the vessel that Haku was using. And you see how massive it is. I want the London, though. I think the London looks the best out of all three of them. Just, I love that massive bridge. I think it looks really awesome. The Southampton. It's a very beautiful cruiser. The HMS York. HMS Invincible. I think that's a really cool looking thing. And then we're not going to go through all these because I've already done it before. Except for the Vanguard. I don't think I looked at it. There's the Vanguard. The Vanguard was apparently the last ever battleship built, period. I think they had the designs and everything laid out during World War II, but they didn't get finished building with it until after World War II. And I think they let it serve, but it wasn't for a long enough period of time or something like that, because they ended up getting rid of it because, you know, battleships became obsolete, which I still think was stupid, by the way. I believe with all my heart and soul that a battleship could be useful today just as much as it could be in World War II. And here's why. All right. Let's say... All right, let's put like two main guns, two massive main guns on it, one forward, one aft, kind of like the Graf Spee and the German Tech Tree. Make it a pocket battleship. And then mount like Tomahawk cruise missiles and stuff like what America has in like the Arleigh Burke class destroyers. Mount those, mount like rockets and stuff, get Sea Whiz and whatever that particular nation uses as anti-air. And you could have a vessel that could, in essence, be a brawler. It kind of reminds me of who knows anything about the Karov class of Russian vessels? I know I do. I love the thing. I thought it was like one of the coolest Russian vessels ever produced. Kind of think about that, but with a battleship. That's what I think would be really useful. I don't see where not having a battleship in service is useful. I mean, America especially, like, we have plenty of battleships. I mean, the Iowa class, from what I understand, Trump is trying to get it to where we can get them back in service. Which, I don't know why he'd want to use those old rust buckets, but that's my opinion. But, you know, I still think we just need to leave the Iowa class in the past and stop freaking glazing it so much. But again, my opinion. I don't care what anyone says. The Iowa class gets glazed way too much. But anyway, the Fuso, my favorite. I love the Fuso. Fuso fun. Apparently, the Yamashiro is an early version of the Fuso, which I can kind of see it, but yeah. IGN Isle, or whatever they call it. That's actually really cool. I like the way that looks. I like that. The IGN Congo. I love the Congo now. The Congo is like a battle cruiser, if I remember correctly. It's not actually a battleship, it's a battle cruiser. And they mislabeled it in here too. The Amagi. The Mutsu. I like that. The Mutsu. That rolls off the tongue really nice. Mutsu. Watch out! It's the Mutsu. It's not that it's not that the Iowa class is not a good ship. It's just that it's like the Vanguard. It was built, and yes, it did get to serve in World War II, unlike the Vanguard. But the thing that pisses me off is it only saw actual naval combat like once, and it sunk like one or two different vessels, and everybody glazes it for that. But most of what you see it doing in all of its history is providing artillery support. It would be that offshore artillery support using it. I believe they even used its 5-inchers that they mount on it. And it would get coordinates sent to it, and it would provide artillery support. That was the whole thing that it did. That was it. That it didn't do nothing else. And people glaze it, saying that it because apparently the Missouri was where they decided to sign the Japan's surrender because of it being like the president's home state or something like that. I don't remember what the whole story behind it is. And people glaze that ship and everything. And it's like, you know, there are ships in history. The USS Laffey survived entire kamikaze attacks and is in a harbor right now. I could drive to it today, pay to get in, and walk on it. All right? The USS Yorktown. Not the old one, the new one. Same thing. USS North Carolina did more in its battle service than the Iowa class did. And it's a smaller version of the Iowa. If you look at them, they are smaller versions of the Iowa. That's all they are. They're fast battleships. And nobody talks about those guys, but the Iowa gets talked about all the time. And it pisses me off. It really does. Because, like, these guys work their butts off. What was that carrier that they made on the Great Lakes that was a paddle-driven carrier? And it was converted from, like, an old passenger liner. Wasn't it, like, the USS Beaver or something? No, not Beaver. What was it? It started with a B, I believe. I can't remember. I know it was like B and C. Yeah, that one. The USS Wolverine. It was B and C before they converted it. I always thought that one was stupid. And you can actually, here's something that I find funny about that story. You can actually go to the Great Lakes and you can like dive and you can see like all the wreckages of planes. And the reason that they're there is because they were using the Wolverine as a training carrier to teach pilots how to take off and land on a carrier. But the issue was it couldn't get fast enough to actually get enough airspeed to help the plane take off. So a lot of times the pilots would fall into the water instead of actually being able to take off. So I think they ended up stopping that kind of training or something. It's honestly like a funny little story, honest. I love it. Italian ships are so goofy, though. I do gotta give the Italians more credit though in their design than a lot of other nations. I love the fact that they get a hull and they make it pop out so much. Like, look at how much deck space at that point that you have because of that design. It's such a good look too. Like, I love that rounded off bow like that. It just looks really good. Really slick looking. Well, I guess the name is actually accurate. The Bunker Hill. I think that's funny. But then again, no, not really. It's not accurate because Bunker Hill fell, if I remember correctly, from the stories I've heard. And from what I remember from when I was in school. The Battle of Bunker Hill. It's always an interesting story to me. The Andrea Doria. That's nice. Francisco Carnic. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm not even going to try. That's disrespectful if I even attempt that. Words are hard. Roma. I'll Roma around. I'm sorry, that was just that. Oh no, my inner dad jokes came out. Hmm. Also, I don't care what anyone says. I think the French made the best fast battleships. And the fact that they only needed one funnel is crazy. I always thought these funnels, though, were really weird. Like, it's a tower with a funnel on it. But it's such a smart use of space. Ridiculous! Oh. I mean, look at that. I love that aircraft hangar on the back. These things look so cool. And like the whole idea of the full guns broadside, I'm about to get off myself, so you're not alone on that. Because, yeah. Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, I've been streaming now for an hour and 33 minutes, so I am going to take me a nice little break, probably go to town, get me some breakfast. So I hope everybody has a lovely day. And remember, you mess with the wolf, you get the fangs. Y'all have a good one.